Sometimes you cross the wrong guy in Salty. What up, everybody? This is Billy Niz with the Square Off TV, and I want you to hear, I don't know what, I think he's a gangster disciple, a black disciple, but listen to the story of what this brother has to say, not this one on the screen. He's coming up.
At the very bottom. And then above that, you got different families, different, above that, you got York Rite, Scottish Rites, which are also sets of different branches of Freemasons. Almost have to, kind of like the way we does. So if we have to be reborn, they pretty much say you have to die first. You have to kill yourself for the devil. Yeah.
On the disciple side, there was King Shorty, of course. He came from the Black King Cobras. And Gordon, the man that will further get in the story, Gordon was a Black King Cobra as well. You had the Devil Disciples, of course, from King David Barksdale. You had the Royal Disciples, the Renegade Disciples, the Executioner Disciples, the Boss Pimp Disciples, the Motown Disciples, Eastside Disciples. You had the Sircon Disciples, the Dutchtown Disciples, and the Six Trade Disciples. And from the gangster side, you had Supreme Gangsters, the Imperial Gangsters, the Sniper Gangsters, the African Sniper Gangsters, the Raven Gangsters, and the Gentown Gangsters. Those the gangster sets. Now, I think I told you before how Minister Fontaine and Larry Hoover got cool when they was in jail. So Minister Fontaine brought the idea to David. And King David Barksdale, he liked the idea of clicking up all this.
And I want to add, the man he's talking about, King David, King Vaughn is his grandson. That's why they call King Vaughn grandson.
That's in the Inglewood area, in most of the South Side, to make the Black Gangster Disciples. The idea, it was great. It was a great idea. Plus, they was being outnumbered by the people, the Blackstones, the Vice Lords, the motherfucking
all the heads,
the Egyptian Cobras
of the gangs in Chicago.
It was another gang, man. They don't call it that now.
Freemasons.
But it was another good gang, man.
Head for
it was under the five. I forgot their name. They died out and they ended up flipping Blackstones. So they was being covered, man, and they didn't know what to do. So David threw this meeting, and this was the most important meetings of all. And this would make one of the strongest brotherhoods ever known in gang history. Now, this is when it gets good. Now, the meeting was on 64th in Halsted. Now, for you to know the area, you like, yo, that's Kennedy King College. Now, I'm finna blow your fucking mind with some real history. Now, this coming out of Gordon's mouth. So Gordon tells me,
Freemason,
you know what Kennedy King got, right? And I said, yeah, I know what Kennedy King got. So he said, it's a field across the street. I know the field. And it's a building right there. That was the end of the conversation. That's all he told me. You know what I'm saying? He told me. And it was a Masonic temple. The building like it haven't been touched in 20 years. Like, it's so old. It looks fucking raggedy, man. It's a big building. I mean, you can tell it got the old brick in it. When you look inside, you can't see shit. Like, the building looks totally deserted. It's spooky. I walked by the building, and it was at nighttime. And I see people going inside the building. Now, it's dark as fuck. This over here by Lamron. So I'm over here looking like, why is it so many people going in this motherfucking building at night? I'm like, man, this is weird. This is kind of scary. Like, there's a lot of people going in this abandoned-looking building, and there still wasn't no lights in this building. Went back and talked to him, like, yo, I went to it. Man, I think it's a Masonic temple. And he showed me the ring again. He said, yeah, that's what it was. That's what it still is. Now he's a Mason. Okay? Now, he tells me the rest of
this is a Masonic lodge dead in the middle of the hood in Chicago.
Story. So we had a meeting here, and I'm like, hold on. So how did the Black Gangster Disciples get to rent the building for the night? Like, who rents a building to?
You ever hear King Von and guys like King Rob say on King David and them on phone them on King David? Yeah.
Different gangs. So they had a meeting. David and Larry met. When they put the pieces together, BG was done at the end of the meeting. Now, what still got me is it was in a Masonic temple. The biggest gangs on the south side met up. No beef, all love. At a Masonic temple. Who rents out a Masonic temple to gangs? That's really what I just couldn't understand. Like, how the fuck did these niggas get this building? You gotta remember, David was, his name hold weight. You know what I'm saying? He was the king of all kings. You understand? Larry Hoover, the chairman of the board. Yeah, I'm familiar. I know you're familiar with the power Larry Hoover holds to today. So it just always got me like, what happened? So I ended up asking him, was King David and Larry Hoover Masons at that age? And he gave me a smirk. He gave me the craziest look. He like a giggle, you know what I'm saying? And he never answered. That was the end of the conversation. That's all he told me. You know what I'm saying? Me stories, how they fought, they used to rumble, they didn't use guns. If you did have a gun, they didn't have to use it. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of shit that niggas know. You know what I'm saying? We know what happened back then. But I just could not understand what was going on. And then I look at a lot of the symbols with the gang, Father's disciples and the people. And a lot of them comes from the Mason doctrine.
Wow.
And it really gets me. Some of the laws is in the Masons rule book.
Oh shit.
So I mean, it's good enough to say that BGD was started by Freemasons. When you think about how much bricks Larry Hoover was getting, metric tons on tons on tons, they was getting all these licks. And through the music industry and through the government, it really makes sense. Larry Hoover is a Freemason. And me and my cousin, I always call him my brother, named Belos. I speak about him a lot. I said something to him years ago. I said, I think Larry Hoover sold his soul to be the most known gangster in the world. I believe that. I think that's why they silenced him. They didn't kill him because they didn't want to make him a martyr. He's already a fucking hero. He's a legend. He's so much. But if the government would have killed him off, Larry Hoover would have been so much bigger than what he is now.
Larry Hoover and the rest of the gang leaders were pawns on the chessboard for the U.S. government, just like the new Chicago rappers, to reel in all of the black men in the community, allow them to make money and partake in gang culture, in addition to the rise of gangster rap, which added fuel to the fire. David Boxdale dies. Then came the division, followed by many street wars and deaths, which was most likely started by secret government agents. To the government, motherfuckers. Holy shitballs. That's fucking crazy, bro. That shit just blew my mind. Because Larry Hoover was trying to change his community. He changed the name of the Gangster Disciples to Growth and Development. Was doing all these programs and shit. Then he gets arrested on a bullshit charge. Now he's in fucking ADX, Colorado. Fucking crazy. Jeff Fort was the one, he was the head of the P-Stones, or Al Rukins. And the government said he gets invited to the White House by Nixon, but then they say he was going to buy a missile launcher to attack the United States government. A lot of backstabbing to me. No respect, no guidance, structure. You can fucking say that again. Then one more time.
Public housing system in the country. So bad that 2 years ago the federal government threatened to take it over. The Chicago Housing Authority doesn't even know who lives in its buildings.
2, 3. 3 of those names are dead now. Allegedly. To spark up another fucking war. So these rappers might have faked their death to start. Look at Lil Jojo, aka XXX Tentacion.